Good morning, good morning. Big up to everyone joining. It's your boy, Mark and MUFC fan. Guys, you know what it is. It's an early news day. So guess what? There's lots of news to be had. Your boy is here. And as you can see the thumbnail, there's some information to be had. Big up to Frankie. Glory, glory, Man United. Big up to you, my brother. And big up to the chat. Everyone's watching. Don't forget to smash a like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow, guys. And your boy is on the road to 2K. Let's smash it before the Christmas period. Come on, guys. Help your boy get to 2K. It's really, really important. And you know what? It really helped the community grow. It's a wonderful community. Best in the world. Come on, join us. Let's enjoy it. Let's talk football, all the interesting stuff. And let's get right into the show because you know what, guys? I have a nice show, an interesting show planned for you guys. We're going to be talking about two young talents that are coming into Man United, possibly one of them, a young wonder kid. Everyone's talking about this guy. He is on the tip of everyone's tongue right now, who is important in the Man United footballing space. And I'm telling you guys, this young talent, I talked about him briefly last night, and he's very, very interesting. Man United are set to be going in very, very hefty for this youngster. They want to get the deal done. They want to get him in, and it's going to be very interesting to see how that works. Guys, this young wonder kid coming out from Greece is certainly an interesting talent. And what I can say, guys, is that we are definitely going to see, a possibility that he comes. Man United wants him. The scouts have been watching him for the last few games. And I'm talking about Charalampos Kostulas. In recent Europa League fixtures, he has been, keenly looked after by the scouts of Manchester United, and the teenager is a young bomber who cemented himself as one of the most promising starlets in the club after leading the under-19 side to UEFA Youth League triumph last term. This season, he became a regular feature with the senior squad despite his tender age. Therefore, many believe it's only a matter of time before we see the Greek youngster ply his trade at a bigger club. Which side will prevail in the race? Juventus, Fiorentina, Bayern Munich, Borussia Mönchengladbach, or will it be Manchester United? This is the only suitor that is keeping constant tabs on Kostulas, and it's interesting to see that Man United have been given a green light to sign the youngster by the brand new manager, Ruben Amorim. Moreover, the report mentions that interest from other clubs are there, but this season, Kostulas has made 10 appearances in the Greek league thus far, contributing with 2 goals and assists. He has also made 5 outings in Europa League and 2 as a starter. Moreover, he won a penalty and was the man of the match in the last game in the midweek. Moreover, the young bomber's contract with Olympiacos is set to expire in June 2026, which suggests that Athens-based Giants won't have much leverage on the player's future come this summer. Is it going to be an interesting signing? I certainly hope so, guys, because one thing I can tell you, we need to make a change, and maybe transitioning to youth and building a team that will win for us again might be the way to go. We might certainly need to add some experience to the squad, but always getting, talent before we have to go spend 100 million is certainly a very, very good idea. The next of notable interest right now coming in, and I'm talking about, everyone talks about Premier League proven. Well, it looks like we're going to be looking at this young starlet. And of course, we have been looking at him for many years. And this is not the first time that he will be linked with Manchester United. And of course, you know what we're talking about, the young Brighton striker, Evan Ferguson. And it's possible that, after signing to Brighton since 2021, he has taken huge strides. But it's very possible that he might be signing for Manchester United in the January window of 2025. It's going to be interesting to see if it actually happens. But the young starlet, he has been performing really well of late. He had some injuries last term, so it kept him out for some games. But, he's having a quiet season so far. He's managed to find the back of the net only once in 13 outings. However, his value on the market continues to remain high. He's averaging 1.1 shots and 0.2 key passes, 0.3 dribbles per game. So his stats are not really that amazing right now. So it might leave some... excuse me, guys. Excuse me. Sorry about that. It might lead to some leverage. A replacement for Marcus Rashford, possibly. I won't say that. I think more likely another forward signing You know, there is a young talent that's coming from Juventus. We spoke about him last night, Kenan Yildiz. He's a left-sided predominant attacker, very 19 years old. His price is not that high, and there's a possibility he might actually be the replacement for Marcus Rashford. But keeping on Evans Ferguson, he's notably an impressive type of striker. You know, he fits that type of, you know, hold up play well, links up the play well. He has good pace, a good turn of pace, left foot, right foot, good striking shots. He might be valued somewhere in the region of 45 to 60 million pounds. That's the only difficulty in the situation. So while Man United may be looking at this young starlet, he might be priced out of a move to Manchester. It's going to be interesting to see how it goes, guys, because, you know, as we have been always talking about, there is lots and lots of information coming out. Man United always are linked with multiple players for every single transfer window. But this one, none other than, you know, it's going to be a very interesting window. There's set to be, you know, some movement from Man United on the outgoing side, and all the stories are pointing to Marcus Rashford. And I talked about this last night. And guys, it's going to be very interesting because, yeah, you know, Marcus Rashford has been a mainstay at Man United for the last almost 9.5 seasons. And what can I say, guys? He has not lived up to the billing, in my honest opinion. I still think there's a player in there. He has the potential and the mechanics to be one of the best, but he's certainly not showing that. And maybe it's one of those situations where, you know, we need him to fight for that. You know, of course, we're not going to throw him out. He's an academy graduate. He's definitely earned, you know, a chance at giving himself a fighting chance to being back at his best and back in the first team. However, shifting to experience, Manchester United are set to be embarking on an attempt to lure Theo Hernandez away from AC Milan. And the agent of Theo Hernandez issues a statement on his future amid links to Manchester United. And it's an interesting situation, as the agent of the AC Milan defender has confirmed that the client's intention is to sign a new contract with the Serie A giants, potentially dealing a fatal blow to Manchester United's hopes of signing him. United troubles of left back have been well documented amidst the fitness concerns of Luke Shaw, and, well, you know, we just seen the return of Tyrell Malacia. Shaw remains sidelined after he picked up a fresh setback recently. Malacia, on the other hand, is slowly building up his fitness after an extremely lengthy period away from action. And questions about his long-term suitability under Ruben Amorim are persisting. United have been linked to a host of left-back, including Alphonso Davies, who's also set to sign a new contract at Bayern Munich, Milos Kerkez at Bournemouth, who's probably in the region of £40 million, Anthony Robinson at Fulham might be a cheaper option, Alvaro Fernandez of Benfica, the former youngster from the academy, will be the cheapest option so far, and of course, Hernandez. Hernandez has 18 months remaining on his contract, and he has yet to reach an agreement with Milan over a new deal. The People's Person has relayed that the 27-year-old could be obtained for a fee of €50 million. Amorim is thought to be keen on adding the player to his ranks at Old Trafford. However, it appears United boss is set to be disappointed if the latest comments by Hernandez's agent, Manuel Garcia Quilon, is anything to go by. Quilon told Sky Sport Italy, "We didn't talk about renewal, but about fiscal issues. There's a clear will to stay and renew. We've said it many times." Hernandez has been a regular starter at the Milan for the season, featuring in nearly every Serie A game. It was therefore peculiar when he remained on the bench during a 0-0 draw with Genoa over the weekend, as Paulo Fonseca opted for Aaron Cariciol. It's going to be interesting. It's also very interesting to see what we're doing right now. Manchester United are very much interested in signing different players and discussing the possibility of different situations as we go into the transfer window, guys. It's going to be an interesting one. And Ineos and Ruben Amorim have, you know, U-turn on selling much maligned Man United star in 2025. After Amorim says he's perfect. And this is talking about, you know, Harry Maguire. I know a lot of fans may not want to hear this news, but there's been a nod given of the centre half formed by a back three with Lisandro Martinez and Matthias de Ligt. With Nusa Mazraoui and Diego Dalot operating in Amorim's newly implemented wing-back roles, Maguire played the full 90 on the night, recording a remarkable 100% tackle win rate and winning 100% of his ground duels. He also made 5 interceptions, 3 clearances, and 1 block. In turn, Erling Haaland was unable to register any goal contributions or even a shot on target. He finished the game with a 50% passing accuracy and only won 40% of his duels, thanks to Maguire stifling all of his attempts. And Maguire is seemingly poised, to remain at Old Trafford with a contract extension, which will be opted in. It looks like it. The 31-year-old is now in the final 6 months of his contract at Old Trafford, prompting speculation of would he be sold in January so that the board could recuperate a fee from his departure. One insider even claimed that the Premier League clubs would be queuing up to sign him if he were made available mid-season, with several already keeping tabs on his situation in M16. United have the option of activating his one-year extension in the coming weeks. However, it looks as though Maguire may have played himself into a new deal entirely. He was quizzed on any potential negotiation with the club over the weekend and responded, "Listen, I haven't really thought about it. I've still got this year to go and with an option in their hands. But yeah, all the signs are positive at the moment and the chat that I'm having is really positive." It comes after Amorim hailed the number 5 as perfect in his post-match press conference, telling reporters Maguire is perfect when you play with 3 defenders. He is perfect in the middle. All the guys defended very well, not just Harry. They were focused. And he's not lying. He's actually telling the truth. Ruben Amorim is actually telling the truth, guys. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens. Of course, I know a lot of fans may not be wanting to see Harry Maguire remaining here for much longer, but it's definitely going to be interesting. Now, there's some other news coming out, and guys, I always try to bring you all the news that I hear about. And of course, we are being linked with a lot of young talents, and currently there is only more. You know what I mean? And what can I say, guys? It's going to be interesting to see how it goes, how we proceed. And I'm very interested to see how that works out. I definitely have more transfer news and other news to bring to you. Currently, right now, Amad Diallo is in the process of a positive negotiations for his brand new contract. And it seems as though, everyone is happy. For me, I am happy. I think he's playing himself into that. He's playing consistently well in the last couple of games. Of course, I made a determination saying that he has to improve. He definitely is not the finished article, and I'm standing by that. I think there's still more levels for Amad to go, and while I'm not hyping him like everyone else, I still have high hopes for the youngster, because if he's bombs, Man United bombs, and that's what we want, Man United to win, and anyone who starts, they must win for Man United. That's just how I look at it. So, it's going to be interesting. And let's get into this final report, guys, for today, because right now it's all the news that is talked about, and it really looks like it's the end of the road, guys, because everything is pointing towards that Ruben Amorim is not satisfied with the performances of Marcus Rashford, his attitude, and his display in training. It's signaling a potential new era under Sir James Ratcliffe if Man United were to part ways with the young starlet who has been at the club, like I said, for 9.5 years thus far, since he was 17 years old and just recently turning 27. According to The Guardian, the club is intent on a cultural reboot aiming to raise the standards that have seemingly declined since Sir Alex Ferguson's departure. Rashford, once seen as the cornerstone of the team, is now being made available for transfer in January if suitable offers emerge. Now, Manchester United are ready to sell Marcus Rashford. The decision to part ways with Rashford is part of a broader plan spearheaded by Sir Jim Ratcliffe, who aims to remove passengers from the squad in order to restore Manchester United to the upper echelons of both domestic and European football. The club's new ownership is keen to make a decisive shift in culture, starting with raising expectations for player professionalism, commitment, and overall team dynamics. Ratcliffe's intentions are clear. He wants a squad full of players fully committed to the club's goals. This includes a focus on their behavior off the pitch, with an emphasis on high standards in training, personal contact, and how players interact with each other. The apparent decision to move on Rashford comes as a part of a wider effort to instill these values throughout the club. The timing of the report comes just after a remarkable 2-1 win over Manchester City at the Etihad, a game in which Rashford, alongside younger winger Alejandro Garnacho, was dropped from the squad. Following the win, the manager Ruben Amorim addressed the decision in a post-match interview, clarifying it wasn't due to any disciplinary issues. Amorim explained that both players were fighting for their places and that performance and training, professionalism, and team engagement were crucial factors in his decision-making process. Rashford's time at Manchester United seems to be over, guys. Ruben Amorim makes the final call, and there's no way back for Rashford. But of course, guys, things can change, and this is just a report based on information that they have, received. So what I can say is that while Garnacho might still have a route back into the squad, the situation with Rashford seems a bit more definitive, in my opinion, as well. It's reported that Amorim believes Rashford's time at United is now over, and with the club looking to move him on in January to help facilitate a broader cultural shift, both within the football team, and the wider staff. Rashford's departure would mark the end of a significant era of the club, as the forward has been a key figure for United since his breakthrough under Ferguson. His form, however, has fluctuated in recent seasons, and despite flashes of brilliance, Rashford has struggled to consistently perform at the level expected of him. The 27-year-old is keenly linked with Paris Saint-Germain, and there's some offers that are on the table from Barcelona. However, a move away from Manchester United would be complicated, with his high wage demands likely to be a stumbling block for potential suitors in any case. But guys, like I keep saying, it's an interesting one. Stay tuned for more. Manchester United are doing a lot of good business in this transfer window. And while, we would like to get all the big name signings, these top players that we see performing week in, week out, we would love Manchester United to slap $200-300 million and buy whoever it is that we would like to see come into the club that we definitely think will improve this team. I would still say we need to have a little bit of patience. We need to take it from a standpoint where let's build. Let's continue to build. Slow one. And by the time we are finished, we're going to be dominant. And that's just my approach. Maybe a little bit too patient for some. Some might think I've low standards, but at the same time, I just think about it in the reality of where we are right now. Of course, we are Manchester United, but we have not been able to afford or to spend like that Manchester United because, as you know, most of the profits did not go to the club. They were siphoned away in dividends by the owners. And of course, these new owners, while they might be regarded as billionaires, well, to me, they seem like a bunch of broke billionaires in a way. I mean, they're increasing prices for tickets for fans, £66 from £44. They're taking away the concessions, for the likes of the disabled fans and these things, the kids as well. It's not right. And as much as I would say, sometimes expenses must be raised in order to help teams that have been struggling. We have been struggling in winning games, not in earning money. So it's one of those things where it's hard pressed to have that argument because, in my honest opinion, we have been doing pretty well. We have been securing, the bag for the last 10 years, even though we have not been winning games. Now, the last but not least, certainly not least, guys, and I think a lot of fans are going to be excited by this news. There are offers coming in for Victor Lindelof. We talked about it last night, and right now the pole position is certainly that of Galatasaray, as we know. Big up to Kingdom FC in the building, my brother. Hope you're well. Back with some of the morning news. I will be probably doing the morning news twice a week, I believe Tuesdays and Thursdays from now on, and you will be getting the regular midday streams and a night stream as well. So, guys, this interesting news is coming. I talked about this last night as concrete interest, but it seems like Galatasaray are planning to jump ahead of the queue and get an offer in for Victor Lindelof for the January window. Let's see how it goes because, as you know, we are keen to bring some defensive options into the club. If we could move on some players with the likes of Lindelof and as well as Christian Eriksen, who has seemingly been dropped entirely from Manchester United starting 11 and the entire squad, means that, there is room to bring in young players. Now, another report that I can tell you that I know for a fact as well, watching the under-21s play the other night, Ruben Amorim was present watching them play, had his eye on Dan Gore Jr., who was having a man-of-the-match performance. So maybe we might be seeing young Dan Gore Jr. come into this team in a game very soon. We have a Carabao Cup this week against Tottenham Hotspurs. Of course, they are Spursy. We will make them more Spursy. It's going to be an interesting way we take on Spurs. They're going to be facing a same United team, different style, different formation, a different tactic, and a different coach. And it's going to be interesting to see how that game persists. Hopefully, United can get the win. You know what I mean? Because it will definitely bode well for confidence, and it will definitely improve form. Winning begets winning. And it's the same thing with losing. So we need to cut that out, and we need to get in the consistent habit of winning. Whether we win beautifully or we win in an ugly way, winning is winning, in my honest opinion. So that's all I would say. Big up to you guys coming in. I hope you guys are having a great day. It's one of those interesting situations. For me, I'm enjoying the morning so far. Man United won the Manchester Derby. Of course, we are all celebrating still. And you know what? Shout out to Man City. You know, fans, if you enjoy the quiet and the beautiful atmosphere in the social space, thank Man United, sponsoring the silence of all the MCFC fans. You know, the Man City fans. You know what it is. You know what it is. You know what I mean? Big up to you guys coming in this morning. I will be back again with the midday stream. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. It's been your boy, Mark, an MFC fan. Don't forget to share it around. Smash a like and subscribe when you have the time. And if you have any comments or questions or criticisms, please leave them in the comments. Your boy always reads them. He will reply, and he will definitely use your advice. So if you have any advice for streams, guys, get in. Let your boy know. But until then, have a wonderful day and stay well. It's your boy, Mark, an MUFC fan. Big up, guys.